Good afternoon. Welcome to SIBN's Across the Table. I'm Carter Spearry, joined with James Zajaczkowski, and we're going to be breaking down for you today the outlook of the 2014 football season. And James, we start off with going down to a trip to Indianapolis to take on Lawrence Central. James, what are some of your keys to the game?
Well, I think definitely it's going to be a test for Dennis Grosel to go out there as his first official year as the starting quarterback for the Wildcats. He's going to have a big game, and really he's going to be tested by the Bears defense all day long, especially linebacker Darren Kirkland, who's a Michigan commit, and they have plenty more players with talent just like him, and it's going to be up to Grosel to get the read on the defense and really set the tone for that game.
Yeah, his play is going to be very, very important for the entire season. And then going on to the other side of the ball, Dre'Mont Jones, this is really his year, an Ohio State commit, and his presence is a major impact on the entire defense. I mean, really, how important is he?
It can't be said enough. I mean, he does everything well. You look at him, he's strong, he's fast. His impact can't be measured until we actually see it out on the field, because he's going to be both on the defensive and offensive side of the ball. We saw him in a couple of those scrimmages that they were doing. He was playing a little tight end, and he's such a big target. He's tough to bring down for other opposing defenses as well. Absolutely,
and Dre'Mont Jones, not only a football player, but a very good basketball player as well, plays a power forward, definitely an athlete in more ways than one. But the Wildcats have a very, very tough schedule this year and kind of a season outlook. What do you expect from the Wildcats this year?
I mean, you look at their schedule and initially you think, wow, that's a lot of talent. It's ranked number 10 in the nation by Max Preps in terms of strength of schedule, and I think that's probably an accurate ranking, if not higher. But
yeah,
there's a lot of teams that they're going to be taking on head to head, and they're not going to be favored. They're going to have their work cut out for them, and I think, it'd be realistic to think maybe 7 wins, 7-3 season is possible for this Wildcats team. In fact, they could go even higher than that, but especially with some of the teams they got on there, especially that 3-week stretch at the end of the season against St. X, Moeller, and St. Edwards, it's going to be a tough year, but it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, absolutely, a fun one for sure. Last year, the Wildcats went into some games, definitely the underdog, but pulled up some major upsets in the regular season against the Mentor Cardinals as well as the St. Edward Eagles. And so there's a certain fight that a Wildcat football team always has, so we're ready to see what that's going to look like on the field this year. And then just for week 1, as going into a game, you're always afraid of the unknown. You don't really know exactly how a team is going to react. We saw a scrimmage, we saw the Jamboree game against Canton McKinley, but that's just, the Wildcats are showing a vanilla playbook on offense and defense, not really ready to show off their entire plan. So it's always going to be an interesting point to watch to see what is this team really like.
Yeah, you're not going to find out until you play that first game, so that's going to be something that we're going to get to see on week 1. And going into hostile territory after a 5-hour bus ride on Friday night, it's a long trip. It's going to take its toll on these players, but it's going to be interesting to see how they respond to it.
So definitely tune in to our broadcast. Kickoff is at 2, pregame starts at 1:30 on ignatius.edu/SIBN. For James Zajaczkowski, I'm Carter Spearry. Go Cats.